Hi guys, welcome to Code Patcher, and today I will discuss about the data retrieval using the Laravel Eloquent model. So every model, every model file in Laravel Eloquent is related to the database table, the plural form of the database. If you haven't check out my previous video on Eloquent model, then you can also check out that. I will leave the link in the description box. So let's begin with some code and example, okay, to understand it well. I will use the web.php root file, okay, to show you the result on the front end. So uh, I have the user model. You can all the models, Eloquent model exist in the app folder. You can also change the folder of it. By default, it's a default location. Okay, user model here, and there are several also other models. I will use the user model first. So to use, we can include it first. Otherwise, we need to give the path every time. Okay, like this. And now users. So the all method returns all the data from your table. So let's diagram bit like this. Okay, and now if we refresh it, we have all the records from the table. I have four records only. So whenever you run the uh, Eloquent model, okay, and the query using the Eloquent model, it returns the collections. Okay, collections are the data structure in Laravel. Okay, it has a several method. Okay, it's a library basically, and it has a several methods, so you can use of the all of them, and that is very useful. Okay, so we can also we can also navigate and uh, print the instance individually using the for each. Okay, because collection or the retrieval using the for each as user. Okay, and here just dump out all of them one by one, like this. Okay, and now if we refresh it, okay, we can also individually handle all of them. And if we want to only show some attribute of them, like a name, I have a name field in the user, then you can do that. Suraj Devsandip Chicken. Okay, so you can access the data like this. You will fetch the records, and if you have collections, sometime it does not return the collection in case of the single record using the first. Okay, so if I use here the first method in this, okay, now refresh it. It didn't return the collection, but standard PHP class. Okay, So you can directly mention the attribute here, like here I'm mentioning. Okay, so that like this if you already know the ID of your record, then you can use the find. Okay, and you can also uh, mm, run the condition and return only the first record, like where id equals to 9 and the first. Okay, so all of the methods are the applicable here using the Eloquent, which we can use the uh, query builder with the DB facade. Okay, so I had made the video on the query builder also. It's in a two part, and that is a very useful video. You can check out that also. So in this case, if we refresh, returns. Okay, so we can combine with the where and first in one command using the first where command. Okay, like this. If we refresh, we will have the same result. Sometimes we have lots of data in our table, and we can use in that case for each also, but it is a very memory consuming process. Then uh, we can use in that case the chunk command. Okay, only the chunk of result we want at a time. So let's say 2 to process further, like if you want to send the email of every user. Okay, so we can only chunk of the result, process it, send the email, and then again fetch another chunk. So user. Okay, and in this let's dump it out like this. And if we refresh, td string. Okay, turn. Okay, forgot the semicolon. And we have the two chunk now. Okay, so chunk is a very useful in case of you have very large amount of data and trying to process the record on that. Okay, the another useful command for the, or you can say method, on the large data is the cursor. Okay, you can even use that in the for each, in your for each. Okay, if you want to process one record at a time, then instead of fetching all the data at once, you can use the cursor user, and some condition might you have. Okay, or just all the data you might want. Cursor. Okay, so let's refresh it now, and now we are we have processed one by one all the record. Okay, so we can use the cursor in this case also. Okay, So basically you can run all the query builder method. Okay. I want to give here some I don't want to repeat all the statement which we can use with the query builder and which we can use here also, but I want to show you some advanced and rare things. Okay, so let's suppose you have a two tables. Okay, and we want to fetch the table result, one of the table result, without using join in the select the other table. So let's understand with the help of some example. So I have a user table and post table. Okay, user has foreign key reference in the post table. Okay, so if we want to, we have a select. Okay, and the ID of the user, let's say, and I want to fetch the name of the user. Okay, and the I want this field from the post table. Let us post say. Okay, so we can put here the subquery basically. So how we can put here, we need to include first our post model also, like this. Okay, and the post select, I think we have a title call body column. We have a body column in the post. Select body. Okay, and we need to use the where column. Okay, of the so we can match the user ID with the user ID field in the post column here. Okay, so I think we have post for the user ID 4 only. So let's fetch it out. So where column there is a method. Okay, and this user ID, this column, and to match, let's break it out in a separate line with the ID of the user's uh, model. Okay, and limit 1, like this. Okay, so now we are fetching the latest four post from the post table which has the foreign key from the users table. Okay, I just want to show you the subquery, otherwise you can fetch it with using the join also. Okay, and let's store it users, like this. Okay, and now we refresh, we have a result users. Okay, um actually we have a collection, we need to check it out in attributes field here. Okay, so now we have the latest post for the user ID 4, the test one, And if we check the other users, it must be a null. Attributes in the okay, and if we check the third user, okay, like this you can run the subquery in your select and add select command. Uh, this subquery you can also use in the ordering of the user. Okay, so let's suppose you want the ordering using the order by. Okay, and in this order by, we want the order from the on the basis of the latest post created at date, not created at the user. So we can put here and just fetch the created at of the post. Okay, and we still have the limit one, and we need to have the order by also in that. Okay, on the created at TSC like this. Okay, and the outer order by we also need to give that is. So all the user will be ordered by with this subquery. And now we fetch. We have error column not found. Okay, there is a column error created at actually. Okay, so actually we have a column. We have a post for the user ID 4. That is the first user. Okay, that's why it will give the same result in the order by. But the point is we can use the subquery in order by also like this. Okay, so just keep it in mind. We must have the where column, not a where. Okay, to um, to match the condition of the same user. Okay, so like this we can use it. Uh, the other thing, like I had mentioned before, we can use the aggregated column also, like um, count. Okay, and we have 4 users. We can also average. We have a age field in this case, and we have a age average. Okay, so we can use the aggregated field also. So likewise, you can run every single command which you can use with the DB facade. Okay. So thank you for watching this video. You can retrieve the data using the Eloquent model, using the all the function which you can use the DB facade, the query builder. You can check out my video on the query builder also. Okay. In the next video, I will focus on the inserting and updating using the Eloquent model. So for now, thank you for the joining us and watching.